If you are looking for some tips and hacks on how to save money on groceries in Australia in 2025, actually it doesn't matter where you live, we're all looking to save money on groceries, right? Then stick around for this video. I'm going to share with you my full monthly grocery budget for 2 adults and a cat near Melbourne, Australia, where I live, and everything I spent for the month and some of my thoughts around how you can save money on your grocery bills. So let's dive into what I got this month. Now, firstly, you might be curious about what my monthly grocery budget actually is. And for me, budgeting is a really key practice. I have a whole video over on my minimalist channel. I will try to link that up there as well as down below in the description of this video. But if you've never set up a budget before, I use something called a zero-sum budgeting system. I certainly did not invent that, but I find it very, very helpful. So I will link that video for you below, along with a budget template you can download for free that I made for you. But my grocery budget for 2 people and anything to do with household, so like toilet paper, cleaning stuff, cat food, kitty litter, things like that, they all fall under my grocery budget category. And I spent $800 Australian per month for 2 people. And we eat vast majority of our food at home, and or we bring meal prep and bring lunches to work. So $800 AU at the moment is about 518 US dollars or 445 euro. So I know you're watching from many different countries, but I thought that might be helpful for you because I often get comments here on the channel of people going, that's so much to spend on groceries. And maybe it is. Look, it works for us. And I've actually trimmed our monthly budget from 1,000 down to 800. And you'll see how I went with that very budget in this month's challenge. Anyway, let me know down there in the comments what you spend on groceries in your family, in your constellation, and where you live, what currency you're in, because it's always fun for us to compare as well. And we're kicking off the month with a giant haul from my favorite place, Aldi, whatever you call it, where you live in the world. We were low on quite a lot of things, as you can see, so I did a pretty big stock up. I think this was on a Saturday, I can't quite remember, but it wasn't a special day or anything, but I found some really good reduced to clear meats, and we needed a fair bit of eggs as well, so I got both the large and the extra large ones. A steal of a deal on turkey mince, and this is my whole idea about stocking up on things you will absolutely use, so they will go in my freezer. Some pepperoni, salami and ham for pizzas. We often do homemade gluten-free pizzas in our house if you're new here. Got some cottage cheese as well. I like this for a quick lunch or a quick salad. Pretty great deal, $3.99 a kilo for chicken. Wasn't on my original list, but I picked that up. Butter spread and tasty cheese. I almost always buy the 1 kilo block because it's the best price per 100 grams. And then we've got some canned goods as well that I needed to stock up in my pantry. We have greatly reduced our cheese platters in this house, but I got some blue cheese and some brie just for a cheese platter, and the firm tofu is still $2.59 at my Aldi, and I always pick that up when I see it if I don't already have one in my fridge because they last really well. You can also freeze them. Anywho, we got some potatoes. This was the best per kilo price on that day. We've got some Pink Lady apples, which are my favorites. I'm actually trying to grow some in my garden. We've got some bananas, some avocados, and some other fruits and veg here as well. I find that the Aldi fruit and veg is okay, but especially the frozen stuff is not always from Australia. So anyway, mandarins are our favorite at the moment, trying to smash that vitamin C, getting out of winter here in the southern part of Australia. And been doing a lot of pumpkin soup. So I picked up this butternut pumpkin so that my husband can make his famous soup. Cabbage lasts an awful long time in the fridge, so cabbage is also a really, really good deal. And then getting into the snacks, this is a gluten-free muesli that my husband really likes, or granola. And then we've got some rice cakes just for the cupboard. Needed some sauces. We were completely out of both barbecue sauce, whoopsie, toppling over, and tomato sauce, and also needed some seasoning. I find that the seasoning brand Stone Mill is very affordable from Aldi, so yeah, definitely liking that. Needed some Dijon as well. It's the mustard I use for almost all my dressings and stuff. Some milk for my husband, some date and chia granola bars or muesli bars, and some rice crackers to go with our cheese over there. The bread at Aldi is $4.99. It's the cheapest for gluten-free bread. My husband finds this okay. It's not his favorite, but I found a cracking great dark bread for me. I love like a dark rye type bread, so this has been really nice. It freezes very well as well. And a big tub of hummus. I've started to make more and more of my own hummus, but I wanted to press the easy button. And finally, I got us some sparkling wine, which is pretty affordable as well. For the non-food things, we've got some cat food. This is the one that my cat likes. We've got some tissue boxes because it's still cold and flu season, and some dishwashing liquid. That's all we got at Aldi this time. So 2 things I did a little bit differently this month to what I normally do. The first one being I did go to our local butcher and buy, they've got like a meat pack for 2, which is usually pretty good value, and I love supporting local businesses. This is not something I do every month, maybe every second or third month, but they had some steak and some other things in the meat pack for 2, and my husband really loves steak, so we did pick that up this month. The other thing that is brand new to me is I ordered a fruit and vegetable box delivery for the first time ever, and I've done a separate video which I will link up here for you as well as down in the description. It's from Farmer's Pick, completely unsponsored, and I did a review of that service and what I thought of it, so check that video out if you want more detail on that. But because this check-in is for a whole month, we are going to be including 2 of those fruit and veg boxes, and I'm still getting them every second week. I will see if I pause it. Obviously I will pause it if I go on holidays or something, but for the moment being, I've had 2 of them. They've been really good quality produce. We've been eating a lot of fruit and veg as we normally do, but it's been really nice to just mix it up a little bit, and you will see some future cool recipes that I cooked up with said vegetables I got from these boxes. So here's a bit more detail about that butcher pack. We've got some porterhouse steak, we've got some premium beef mince, a roast beef that I cooked up in my Instant Pot, turned out really good, some sausages, can't remember the seasoning, and can't remember what that was, some kind of ribs or something. Anyway, it worked out to $60, which is not the cheapest, but I do like supporting local businesses. And then I did the first Farmer's Pick veggie and fruit box, which I have a whole separate video on, which is linked down below. But I found this so much fun to unpack because I had no idea what I was really going to get. And you can put exclusions in your order if you like as well. But the parsnip, the kale, and the bok choy are things that I don't typically cook with, but it was fun, a fun little experiment to find a good use for that. Everything else that I got were things that we use and eat pretty much all the time. And next up, we headed to Woolworths. I typically don't go to Woolies or Coles as much, but there are some things, if you're gluten-free, that you can't get at Aldi. So we got some coffee filters, some drinks. I've been loving this alcohol-free beer, totally non-sponsored, but it's fairly good, I think. And then we were hosting this weekend, so I picked up some salad stuff. I managed to find in the clearance section these gluten-free croissants, which my husband was very excited about. And picked him up some regular gluten-free bread as well. This is the one he likes the most. Got some bananas and got some really nice barramundi for the dinner. Our friends that we were hosting, they're pescatarians, so I cooked up a lovely meal with that. And some ham for the croissants. I also got some gluten-free garlic bread for our dinner because I always feel bad if my husband can't have the same things as everybody else. Got some snacks. We did a campfire that evening, which was really lovely. And just some bits and bobs. The gluten-free breadcrumbs they don't have at Aldi, so I picked that up from Woolies. And this is my favorite brand of instant decaf coffee. It is a little bit dear. I only buy it when it's on clearance, a few dollars off at Woolies, etc. Some dark chocolate, which I do really like. A cup of tea and a piece of dark chocolate in the evening is a bit of a treat. Some hot sauces, some full cream milk powder for making my own yogurt, which I've done on this channel quite a few times in the past, and also some canned goods and some tomato paste. So I'm always amazed how expensive it is to go to Coles and Woolies compared to Aldi, but there you go. And it's a bit later and we are back at Aldi again, picking up some mixed things. So firstly, the non-food items is just some cat food that we needed. Picked up some clearance beef mince, premium beef mince, which I was really happy about. That's a pretty good discount, so I'm going to pop that in my freezer along with this chicken stir fry breast. I normally don't buy chicken pre-cut up like this unless it's on pretty good reduced to clear prices. Needed some green curry paste, some canned goods, some bananas. These muesli bars are the ones my husband really likes to bring to work. And then I got the big 4 kilo bag of potatoes. So I normally go for whatever the cheapest per kilo is at Aldi. Some coffee beans, some carrots, trying this dark chocolate, which is okay, not as good as the brand they used to have. A block of tasty cheese, which we use for all sorts of things. A backup pack of pasta and some frozen salmon. I do love the frozen salmon from Aldi. It's pretty good value at $27, I believe. Tomato paste, some Parmesan-ish cheese, and some other pasta. Picking up eggs, as you know, it's a staple in our house. I do need to think about getting chickens one day, I'll tell you. And some mandarins, and then some other things that are for the extreme budget challenge that you would have probably seen already, but I will link that extreme budget challenge video below. So that's why I've popped these things to the side, because all these items here were things that were being used in the very challenge. And I built that meal a lot around the main protein of this roast chicken, and then we had some frozen vegetables as well. So it's a pretty affordable way, by the way, to get vegetables. A whole kilo, I think that whole bag was about $3.79 or something like that. And my frozen spinach. So all that food, and I mean, look at the difference between this and the Woolworths haul. It's pretty eye-watering, really. And then we get to my second, because I get a veggie box delivered every 2 weeks at the moment. So in this one, I got some green beans. I grow a lot of green beans in my garden, but it's obviously winter at the moment. Got some cauliflower, some carrots. I did have some in my fridge already, but we have a fair bit of carrots for both snacks and meals. Some cucumbers, a tiny little pumpkin. It is so cute. Some zucchini, and some broccoli and broccolini. I ended up making a beautiful soup with these, which I will share in a future video with you all. It was like a cheese, potato, broccoli. Oh, it was so good. And we've got a very funny looking eggplant, sweet potato and regular potato. That little amount of potatoes goes in like half a sitting in this house. We love our potatoes. Got some avocados, one very, very large orange, as you can see there in the background as well, and a couple of mandarins. That orange was so juicy and beautiful though. I don't often buy orange, but it kind of inspired me. And we've got some mandarins and stuff as well. These were the Mercot ones. And a salad cabbage, which this lasts so well in the fridge if you put it in a bag or in a container. And some apples. These were red on the inside. They were really lovely. I really liked these. So anyway, it's always fun, I think, to get slightly different things in your haul. So that is the whole one. Oh yeah, and 2 passion fruits that I forgot to show you earlier. They were also part of the pack. So that is the haul from this farmer's pick. Again, not sponsored, I'm paying with my own money, but they messed up the delivery on my first one, so I did get a slight discount on this box. And then we had a sleepover. My husband's niece came to stay with us, so we went and splurged and got some dessert and other things for her. And And here we have the very last grocery haul of the month. The only thing missing is the big bale of toilet paper that I got, which I have put away already. But I will put the total price up here on the screen for you for all these items. And let's have a quick look at what we got. All right, so first up, we've got some ham and some pepperoni salami. We normally don't buy a lot of these sort of processed meats, but I like having these on hand for pizzas, and we typically use 1 pack per pizza session. So these will last for 2 pizza sessions, and because my husband's gluten-free, making our own pizzas is usually a lot cheaper. I have been loving the Farmer's Pick fruit and veg boxes, but I didn't get a whole lot of apples in the last one, so I've bought a pack of the red apples. Were a lot cheaper than the pink lady, which I normally prefer. We've got some mandarins here, we've got some bananas, and in terms of snacks, we needed more peanut butter. I know this has a bunch of sugar in it, but isn't it delicious? We've got some raw almonds, and then we've just got some nut bars to have in our work bags and stuff. I have started buying the salt reduced stock cubes where available, and I like that they have it for the chickens, so I was almost completely out of those. And then I just needed some top up of some seasonings as well. I was completely out of gluten-free pasta. This one is so much cheaper than the nicer brand that Aldi has. So this is $2.49, and I think the other one is up to almost $4 or something now for a smaller pack. So anyway, this is really just a backup for a quick dinner if we need it. Some skim milk for my husband, some almond milk for me, some more eggs. And I wasn't planning on buying this one, but this roast chicken is over 1.5 kilos for $6.33, and this one I have to eat it, or cook it rather, by tomorrow, so I'm going to do that. We're going to have some family over, so that's totally fine. So that is my grocery side of this final little shop. And then, like I said, I got some toilet paper, I got some paper towel. We use very little paper towel in this house, so this will last us for a really long time. And then I got some cat food. This particular one is the one our cat really likes. It has no wheat or other additives in it. So I got as many as I could because they don't always have this flavor. And then I picked these up. These are like stacking containers, and I haven't seen them at Aldi before. These are glass with plastic lids. I'll put the price on the screen here, but I thought these were really good because I'm gradually kind of replacing my plastic tubs with glass tubs as they wear out. So that is it. That is the last and final haul for this month. I personally also think it's important to have a separate line item in your budget for things like entertainment or eating out. So the few times that we eat out per month, that goes into a separate part of our budget. And if you're curious, we're currently allowing $200 Australian per month to eat out. And that includes everything: brunches, coffees, date night, dinner out, and things like that. So, and again, I've reduced that. It used to be closer to 400. We've cut that back down to 200 because we do a lot more like movie nights and nice meals at home instead. So where did we land then for the month and our total spend, unless you've been counting along? So I'm just going to look at my spreadsheet over here. So for this month, I spent a total of $813.21, and that's for 2 adults, all food and drinks, and cat food and household items and things like that. I will put down here on the screen what that amounts to in the other currencies we mentioned at the start of this video, just in case you are curious to compare. Out of my $813-ish total, I spent $751.14 on food and drink related items, aka consumable things, and $62.07 on household items, so things like cat food, kitty litter, any cleaning products, toilet paper, stuff like that. So that came to a total of $813.21 for the month. Now, this is not an extreme budget challenge. I've done a few extreme budget challenges, which I will link up here for you, as well as down below this video if you're keen to check them out, if you're needing to stretch your dollars a lot further in the chapter that you're in. I would say $800 a month is very comfortable for us. I still do look for clearance deals. I still get excited when I see the discount labels, but I'm not bargain hunting, and we're in a season of life where we're fortunate that $800 is something that we can quite comfortably put aside. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, We also have a reasonably low eating out budget. We used to eat out a lot more. And I guess we're just in the season of life, and especially me having this channel, I actually enjoy eating healthier food from scratch. I don't really crave going out to dinners and restaurants as much as I used to. But everyone's a little bit different, but I am keen for you to share, if you're comfortable, what you spend on groceries in your family. And also please do share where you live and what currency you're in, because that helps us all. Every now and then I get comments here on the channel of people going, oh, you spend so much on groceries, I only spend $500. Well, $500 US is about what I spend with $800 or so here in Australia. So before you comment, have a little think about where you're based and what that equates to. Everyone's circumstances are different, and I know many of us are trying to save money on groceries, but by tracking your budget and downloading that budget tracker, which I will link that video and free tracker down below this video that I've made a while ago, it is always helpful to have a budget. It will definitely help you stick to your grocery budget. I hope you have an amazing week, and I look forward to see you in the next video.